Hi everyone. In last class we discussed about the total internal reflection and we have gone through many problems also. So today's class is important because we are going to concentrate on the variable refractive index. When refractive index is not constant, they will not give the value of refractive index as 1.3 or 1.5 like that. They will give the refractive index in terms of function of x or y. In that case, how we can write the equation for the path traveled by the light. Okay. So before that, one more concept I concentrate on the TIR, total internal reflection, that is area of the area through which the fish will see the outside world. Suppose this is the water pond or something having the refractive index say n. Okay, so suppose here is one fish. Okay, if this is the fish and say its height is h from the bottom and refractive index we can take it as n. Now this fish will see the outside world through a circle. Okay, so this is what a ray of light go from the fish. Okay, so if it want to see the outside world, these rays should travel here. So if this is tracing the about 90-degree angle here, then this is going to be critical angle. Similarly on this side also, this is going to be what critical angle. Okay, so this is the normal drawn here. That normal is equals to what? That is equals to h. This is what the radius of the circle which form on the circle. This is what the circle it is going to form, through which it can see the outside world. You can say this is building or something. Okay, so this is what it is seeing. Okay, so when we want to find this r first, then we can find the area. Area too we can find easily. A equals to pi r square. For that we need the value of r. Okay, so how we can find the value of r? If this is critical angle C, this is going to be critical angle C. So from this triangle I can write tan C equals to opposite divided by hypotenuse. So r divided by h. So r equals to h tan C. Okay, so if you know the critical angle area, you can directly write it as what you can write h equals to area equals to pi r square. So you can directly write pi. So h square tan square C. That is if and only if you know the critical angle. Okay, if suppose critical angle is not given, then only refractive index if they give, then we have to change this critical angle. We have to write this critical angle in terms of refractive index. How we can write? We know that sin C equals to what? 1 by mu or 1 by n, refractive index. Okay, if this is 1 by n, what it is suggesting? Opposite divided by hypotenuse is n. Then what is this? This is going to be n square minus 1. So tan C will become what? Tan C will become opposite divided by adjacent. So 1 divided by root of n square minus 1. So you can replace tan C by, so r will become h divided by root of n square minus 1. Okay, this is what r. So how we can find the area? Area is going to be now pi h divided by pi h square divided by n square minus 1. Okay, so this is what the equation for area. Okay, so for example, if suppose you are having some liquid, say there is some liquid of refractive index say root 2. Okay, if fish is here, say at a depth of 7 meter from the surface, if it is seeing the outside world, through this circle, so area of this circle how we can find? Directly you can use this formula because refractive index is also given, h is also given. So what you can write? Pi h square divided by n square minus 1. So area equals to pi, right as it is. So h square is 7 the square divided by root 2 the square minus 1. Okay, so this is pi is 22 by 7. So 7 the square I will write as it is. Okay, so divided by root 2 the square will be 2, 2 minus 1 is going to be 1. Now 177 will get cancelled. So what you will get? You will get 22 into 7. 22 into 7. Okay. So 7 2s are 14 and 7 2 29, 154 is going to be your answer. Okay. So this is what how we can get the value or area of the circle through which the fish can see the outside world. Okay. So sometimes we may get confused with the total integral refraction and refraction. Okay. So suppose once problem was given like this, there is a medium of refractive index say 2, maximum refractive index. After that there is a refractive index 1. After that there is a refractive index say 1.5. After that there is a refractive index say 2. A ray of light incident here say at an angle of 45 degree. Ray of light incident at an angle of 45 degree and it will emerge here somewhere. Okay. Or we don't know it will emerge or not. Okay. What they are asking, what is the diagram they want to give? Just it is a medium. Okay. This much they are given. So what is the question? Question is what is the deviation of light with incident ray? With incident ray. They are asking the deviation. Okay. So usually what we do here, listen properly, what we do here, we know refractive index here and angle of incident. What usually we take? We take here and this is what going to be R. So here refractive index also know, we can find the R. So delta is what? R minus I. Okay. Because we know we can directly apply from here to here. We already know N1 sin I equals to N2 sin R1 equals to N3 sin R2 equals to N4 sin R3, like that. So in that case we can directly equate the final and initial refractive indexes, or steps like we can apply for incident refractive index and refracted refractive index. Okay. So what we do here is, so N1 sin I equals to N2 sin R. Okay. So N1 is 2, sin 45 equals to N2 is root 2 sin R. R will be 1. So what will happen? This is what going to be 2 by root 2 sin R, and here what more root 2. So what will happen? This sin R will become equals to what? Equals to 1. So R is 90 degree. Okay. If R is 90 degree, then what will happen? Deviation is what? R minus I. Deviation is R minus I. So 90 minus 45 is going to be 45 will be your answer. Okay. But if you do so, this is what going to be wrong. Why? This is applicable when light ray traveling from denser to rarer or rarer to denser. You can easily apply this one when light is traveling from rarer to denser. But if you look at here, the refractive indexes are different. They are not increasing or decreasing. So what we can do here is, first we have to check whether here light is refracting or reflecting. For that we have to check what is its critical angle. If angle of incidence is more than critical angle, what will happen? A ray of light will get reflect. In that case, deviation will become what? Pi minus 2i. Then it is going to be wrong. Obviously, chances is there because this is a rarer medium, this is the denser medium. But if this is less than critical angle, no problem, we can apply the same process. But here we have to check for that. For that we can go with say here, check it. Critical angle sin C equals to what? 1 by n. So C equals to sin inverse of 1 by 2. So what is critical angle? Critical angle is say 30 degree. Okay. If critical angle is 30 degree, obviously angle of incident is what? More than critical angle because it is 45. So if this is the case, if that is the case, then what will happen? Ray is not refracting, ray is reflecting, because this is 45, critical angle is 30, so angle of incident is what? Greater than critical angle. Then what is the deviation? Deviation is pi minus 2r. So pi is 180 minus 2i, 2 into 45. Okay. So 180 minus 90. So deviation is going to be what? 90 degrees. Initially we got deviation as 45, but we did not concentrate on the refractive index of these two mediums. Okay. So we have to check. Suppose by chance if we get the critical angle as some 53 or 60 like that, then we can go with this one. Ray will refract, but here ray is reflecting. Okay. So similarly, if I take another example, sometimes we get confused like that with the wavelengths also. Suppose if they give a prism, say here angle is 45, this is 90, that means this is also 45. If three colors incident on this prism, say red, and this you can take it as green, and this you can take it as blue. Okay. So wavelength for red is going to be, say, not wavelength. So refractive index of the prism for red is going to be you can take it as 1.39, and for green you can take it as 1.44. For blue you can take it as say 1.47. Okay. Now what is our question? Question is which color will come out of prism? Okay. Which color will come out of the prism? Because chances is there one or more ray of light may get total internal reflection. Okay. So now how we can do this one? If I make this as, if I take only one ray of light, okay, because angle of incidence is same for all. What will be the angle of incidence here? Angle of incidence, if this is 45, this is also 45, means this is 45, means angle of incidence also what? 45. So I equals to 45. Okay. For total internal reflection to be takes place for TIR, so what should be the condition? I should be greater than what? C. That means sin I should be greater than sin C. Sin I, sin 45. So sin 45 should be greater than, can I write 1 by n? So sin 45 is 1 by root 2 should be greater than n. So take n on this side. N should be greater than root 2. That means n should be greater than 1.414. If the given color is having the refractive index greater than 1.414, then that ray will go or get total internal reflection. If n is less than 1.414, then there is no total internal reflection. So we can check here. If you take blue light, refractive is 1.47. 1.47 it is greater than 1.41. So this will get total internal reflection. Okay. Similarly, if you take blue light, this is what undergoing TIR, 1.44 is greater than 1.41. So green will also get total internal reflection. So TIR. If you take red light, refractive index is 1.39, which is less than 1.41. So there is no TIR, there is no total internal reflection. So what will happen? This ray will get refracted. So outside which color you will get? You will get the red color. So remaining green and blue color, what will happen? They will get into a total internal reflection. So you cannot see those colors outside. Okay. So now we'll go with the variable refractive index, very important. So we'll go with the variable refractive index. So what exactly variable refractive index? Sometimes they will give the continuous variable refractive index. Suppose this is the x and y axis. So the refractive index may change as you move along the y axis. So refractive index may go on increasing or it may go on decreasing. Similarly, sometimes refractive index may go on changing along the x-axis also. If you move along the x-axis, refractive index may increase or decrease. Okay. So if this is the situation, how we can do? Refractive index is changing means we can take the small strips. If it is changing along the y-axis means, can I take refractive index strips parallel to x-axis? These are the what? small strips I am taking. It is changing continuously. It is changing continuously. I am taking very small strips of length d1. Okay. So for very small length dy, the refractive index may be constant. Okay, at that point. Here it may be m2. Here it may be m3. So refractive index is changing continuously. When a ray of light enters, it will go through the refraction with all the refractive indices. Okay. So similarly, if it is variable along the x-axis, so we have to take these strips along parallel to y-axis. Okay. This is how the refractive index is changing. It may increase or decrease as you move along the y-axis. Okay. Sorry, x-axis. Now you can take this as n1, n2, n3, whatever. Here you are moving along this. Okay. So here n is changing, n is variable along y-axis. Okay. Here n is variable, means refractive index is variable along x-axis. Okay. So both possibilities are there. So whichever you can, they may ask you from this or this, anything. So how we can solve the problem? I will go through a general solution. Based on that we can solve the problem. So I will take first variable along the y-axis. Suppose you are having the refractive index which is changing along the y-axis. This is the y-axis. If refractive index changing along the y-axis, okay. So how they will ask the question, or what are the possibility of asking the question? Okay. Suppose the ray of light incident here, say with angle of incident r, what will happen? It will, if refractive index is increasing, okay, if refractive index is increasing or refractive index is decreasing, you can say. So what will happen? So if it is, I am taking it is increasing. So what will happen if this is the, we have to take the grazing incident. They will use grazing only, means grazing in the sense almost 90 degree. Okay, almost 90 degree we have to take. Angle of incident is almost 90 degree. If this is the case, when ray enters here, since n is increasing as you move along the y-axis, so this is greater than this one. So what will happen here? Ray will bend towards the normal. Okay, so it will bend towards the normal. Again here 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 it will bend towards the normal. Okay. So what is happening? You are getting a curved line. Okay. So what question they will ask? They may ask, write equation for path traced by incident ray after refraction. Okay. When ray enters here, it will take a different path, curved path. So they may ask, write the equation for this what path, or they may give the equation of the path. They may ask you to refractive index also. So how we can solve these kind of problems? Suppose if I take here, if this is the curve, so what we are getting the curve? We are getting the curve as, take angle of incident as theta naught. Okay. So you are getting the curve like this. Okay. So if this is the curve, so what will happen? Theta naught, you know, if I take a small strips from here, okay, d1, I will take this dy strip, draw the tangent here. If you draw the tangent here, so what will happen? If you draw the tangent here, okay, so this tangent will make some angle theta here. Okay, so now I will take this zooming here. I will take this part. So what will be this part? This part is like this. Okay, so tangent, if I draw here, this is what the tangent, and this is what the normal. Okay, see here, if this is theta, if this angle is theta, this is also going to be theta. Okay, if this is also theta, what is this angle? This angle is going to be 90 minus theta. Okay, now I will draw these two together. Here what is their angle of incident is theta naught. So at this point, what is there? If this is the normal, here it is theta and here it is 90 minus theta. Okay. Then I is what? I is theta naught. What is R? Angle of refraction. Angle of refraction is 90 minus theta. 90 minus theta. Okay. Here it is A medium, we can take it as 1. This you can take it as unknown refractive index n. This is having refractive index n. Okay. So now you can write the Snell's law for these two medium. How you can write? 1 sin 90 equals to, sorry, sin theta not equals to n sin 90 minus theta. Okay. Theta not, already I mentioned, it is a grazing angle. It is almost 90 degree always. So you can take it as sin 90 degree. So this is what sin 90 equals to n cos theta. So you will get it as cos theta. So cos theta, you will get it as 1 by n. From cos theta you can get it as tan theta also. Okay. So tan theta you can write in terms of n only. So n they may give in terms of y. N may be something y raised to 3 by 2 or some you can take some constant a plus 1 or something whatever. So now tan theta, from here you can get tan theta value also. So tan theta value you can get from here. Okay. So and you can equate tan theta by dy by dx equals to tan theta. Okay. So if you equate these two, from here you are getting tan theta. Tan theta is equals to what? Dy by dx. So tan theta is going to be in terms of what? In terms of y, because n is in terms of y. Okay. If you get tan theta in terms of y, integrate it. Integrate on both sides. If you integrate on both sides, what will happen? You will get one equation which is something like y equals to x square plus c or something like that. Okay. So this is what the equation of the path traced by the incident ray of light. Okay. So if I take one example, you can easily get it. So I will take an example in which the refractive index is changing with the y-axis or along the y-axis. Okay. Suppose so n is given that refractive index is a function of f. N is given that refractive index is a function of y. Okay. So n equals to they are given something like y raised to k into y raised to 3 by 2 plus 1 whole raised to 1 by 2. So this kind of complicated equation they can give. This is how the refractive index depends on the y. Okay. Now we have to write equation of the path trace. This is what theta naught. I already mentioned, always take theta naught as 90 degree. For grazing angle only it is applicable. Okay. So this will trace the path. If you draw the tangent, so this is going to be theta angle. Okay. So at this point if you draw the normal, if this is theta, this is also going to be theta. This is going to be what? 90 minus theta. Okay. Now I will follow the same steps here. So that is what? 1 sin theta equals to, so theta naught equals to n sin 90 minus theta. Okay. So because here it is 90 minus theta, so what you can write? Already we mentioned, always you have to take theta naught as the 90 degree because grazing angle. So this you can take as 1 equals to, so n this will become cos theta. So cos theta is what? Cos theta is equals to 1 by n. Okay. So if cos theta is 1 by n, that is cos theta is equals to 1 divided by root of n is what? N they are given. So k equals to 1, where k equals to 1, so you can substitute k equals to 1. What you can write? Y raised to 3 by 2 plus 1. Okay. This is what the function they are given for the n. So if this is a cos theta, actually what we want tan theta. Okay. Cos theta we know, we want tan theta. So tan theta, how we can get here? Tan theta is what? This is what? This is base divided by hypotenuse. Okay. If this is base by hypotenuse, tan theta is what? Tan theta is opposite divided by hypotenuse. Okay. So what you can write here? You can write it as opposite. What you can write? You can write it as hypotenuse square minus base square divided by base. Okay. Now cos theta is 1 by, this means base is 1 and hypotenuse is y raised to 3 by 2 plus 1. Now tan theta is equals to root of hypotenuse is square of this one, root will go, so y raised to 3 by 2 plus 1 base the square minus 1 divided by base is what? 1 only. So tan theta is equals to what? 1 will get cancelled, so y raised to 3 by 4 will become the tan theta. Okay. Now tan theta is equals to y raised to 3 by 4. Tan theta, what you have to do? You have to equate it to dy by dx. So dy by dx equals to y raised to 3 by 4. What is the next step? Integrate it. So how you can integrate? So this you can take it on this side. So dy divided by y raised to 3 by 4 equals to dx. Okay. Now integrate. So after integration, what you will get? This will become y raised to minus 3 by 4 dy equals to dx. Okay. So y raised to minus 3 by 4. What will be integration? Y raised to minus 3 by 4 plus 1 divided by minus 3 by 4 plus 1 equals to x. So this what you will get? You will get y raised to 1 by 4 equal divided by, this is 1 by 4 equals to x. So 4y raised to 1 by 4 equals to x. Okay. So this is what equation of curve, x equals to 4 into y raised to 1 by 4. This is what going to be the equation of this curve. So equation of path traced by refracted ray is x equals to 4y raised to 1 by 4. Okay. So this is how we can solve the or we can get the equation when refractive index is variable along the y-axis. Okay. So now we'll go with the next one, that is when n is variable with x-axis. So last what we have solved for when n is variable with y. So now n is variable with x. If this is the case, how we can solve the problem? Okay. In this case, what will happen? A grazing angle is along the x-axis, means this is going to be your angle of incidence. This is what your theta naught. Okay. So strips are there like this. Okay. This is what these strips. So here ray of light will what? It is traveling from radar to tensor. It will bend towards the normal, again towards the normal, again towards the normal, again towards the normal. Okay. So this is what the path. Okay. Now they may ask write equation for this path, and they will give refractive index something like x raised to 3 by 4 plus 1 like that. It should be a function of what? Function of x. Okay. Now in this case, how we can solve the problem? So for steps to be followed in this case is, so what we can do here, condition is like this. Okay. So we will get the curve like this. Is what the angle of incidence. This is what your theta naught. Again, theta naught is a grazing angle. Now with x-axis, it is nearly 90 degree. Okay. Now this is the case. You are getting the curve like this. Okay. Now draw the tangent. If you draw the tangent, you will get some theta here. Okay. So if this is theta, I will take a small part here. This part I will take. Okay. If I take this part, you draw the normal here. If this is theta, this is also going to be theta. Okay. If this is theta, your angle of refraction is also what? Theta. In last case, angle of refraction was 90 minus theta. Okay. Now here it is theta only. So what you can write? You can write, if you apply Snell's law for these two mediums. So 1 sin theta naught equals to n sin theta. when n is variable with y, it was n sin 90 minus theta, but here it is directly n sin theta because your theta is going to be your angle of refraction. Okay, if this is the case, directly you can write tan theta. If you know the sin theta, so from here what you will get? You will get this theta naught is almost 90. So sin theta is what? Sin theta is 1 by n. If you know sin theta, you can easily write tan theta. Okay, you can easily write tan theta. Once you write tan theta, we know that tan theta is equals to what? Dy by dx. Okay, so now it is a function of what? Tan theta is going to be a function of what? X. Why? Tan theta is function of n is function of what? N is function of x. So here you will get one function in terms of x. Okay, this is what dy by dx. Now you can integrate. Integration of dy equals to integration of f of x dx. Okay, this is how you can solve you can get the equation of curve when when n is variable with x axis. Okay. Now if I take an example on this one, when n is varying with x, suppose if they give n equals to something root of x square plus 1 like this. Okay, so what is the curve? Curve is going to be like this. Curve is going to be like this. This is what going to be your tangent, and this is what theta, and this is what theta naught. Theta naught is what? Nearly equals to say nearly equals to 90 degree. Okay, n is given root of x square plus 1. So here you can apply the your Snell's law. This is going to be theta, this is going to be theta. So what you can write here, effective index you can take it as n. So 1 sin 90 equals to n sin theta. Okay, so sin theta equals to what? Sin theta equals to 1 by n. Okay, if sin theta is 1 by n, what is the tan theta? Tan theta is opposite divided by hypotenuse. Opposite to adjacent. What is adjacent here? Adjacent is n square minus 1. So it is going to be root of n square minus 1. Okay. So tan theta equals to 1 divided by n square root of x square plus 1, the square. So what will happen? This will become x square plus 1, and this is minus 1. 1 will get cancelled. So this will also get cancelled. So tan theta will become what? Tan theta will become 1 by x. Okay. So tan theta you can write is a dy by dx. That is nothing but slope. So it is 1 by x. Okay. Now you can integrate. So integration of dy equals to 1 by x dx. Okay. This is what you have to integrate. So integration of dy is y. So integration of 1 by x dx, you can take it as simply ln of x. So this is what the equation of curve you can get when the refractive index given like n is variable with the x. Okay.